Yo, what's up guys, it's Shady here, and today we're here with our week 11 match for season 1 of the APA Academy. This week we're going up against Coach It and the Sacramento Nidokings. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new, and if you do enjoy, be sure to check out his channel, and stuff will be in the description below. This is a very important match because if we lose this game, we don't make playoffs. So if we do win though, we don't even have to win next week. It will come down to other matches, and winning next week will definitely be really nice and improve our chances a lot. But if we don't win this game, we do not make playoffs. So we're going to try our best to win this game. We do have the same roster we've had these past couple weeks, but in case you do not know, we have the Zapdos, Melodic, Valley, the Registeel, the Mega Beedrill, the Dugtrio, the Mimikyu, the Scrafty, the Rotom, the Golbat, and the Whimsicott. Whereas it is packing with him the Mega Pidgeot, the Manaphy, the Cavalion, the Ribombee, the Kartana, Incineroar, Hippowdon, Tyrantrum, Zipstrika, Chansey, and the Stoutland. So that's the team that he has. The team that I have, because it won't be on screen, I'm still trying to get caught up on these matches, although after this I only have one more match to upload and then we'll be caught up. We'll get back to editing and all that and getting everything out on time. But here's the team that we decided to bring. We decided to bring a Sash Dugtrio with the Earthquake, Rock Slide, Toxic, and Stealth Rock. Earthquake, Rock Slide, just two attacking moves, Toxic, because I knew like Hippowdon would likely be a switch-in, and then Stealth Rocks in order to chip down his team. Because I mean, he has a Mega Pidgeot, he has the Ribombee, the Incineroar. Like he has a decent full turn core, so getting rocks up would be pretty nice. Valley Steel with Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, Thunderwave, Parting Shot, physically defensive with quite a bit of speed. That'll be, I think, max speed Tyrantrum. This is pretty much my only Tyrantrum switching in my entire roster, so that's basically the only reason why this is here. Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, Thunderwave, Parting Shot. It also helps deal with the Kartana. We have a Yachiberry, Zapdos, Discharge, Heat Wave, Roost, Defog. Defog obviously to get rid of hazards. Roost to heal up, a Discharge for an attacking move, and Heat Wave for the... what was it? I guess the Cavalion. No, it's for the Kartana. That's what it was. Once again, quite a bit of speed. Don't know why I ran that much. It's been a while since I've had this battle. Then Yachiberry to hopefully stop a Manaphy sweep if it ends up coming down to it. We have a Mega Beedrill, Poison Jab, U-Turn, Brick Break, Knockoff, just 4 attacking moves. Rotom Heat with no item, Overheat, Full Switch, Pain Split, Toxic, pretty especially defensive to help deal with things such as the Special Cavalion and the Mega Pidgeot. Has some defense investment to help us deal with Incineroar, and then also help deal with Zipstrika kind of, depending on his set. And we ran no items so that we could help take the Incineroar 1v1 better, since it can't knock us off. And lastly, we have an offensive Whimsicott with the Papa Berry with Giga Drain, Moonblast, knock off Memento, since we're Prankster, can hopefully stop the Manaphy sweep, Giga Drain, Moonblast for just 2 stabs, and knock off the item. So that's the team that we're bringing. He decided to bring the Hippowdon, the Cavalion, the Zipstrika, the Mega Pidgeot, the Tyrantrum, and the Kartana. So pretty much I expected everything on this team except for Zipstrika. Luckily my Rotom should be able to deal with it pretty decently. Let's just hop right into this. I decided to lead off with the Valley, I believe, because it just matched pretty well against everything on his team. I was just able to pretty much just either take a hit or I also bet just Parting Shot out anyways, as he just decided to lead off with the Hippowdon, which, you know, makes sense. He just wants to get those rocks up for things like for a lot of odds on my team, the Mega Beedrill, the Zapdos, the Rotom Heat, and the potential Sash Dugtrio, which we are. So here I'm just looking at the Parting Shot here. I don't risk the EQ or nothing, although honestly I probably should have predicted him just instead of rocks and not go for EQ this turn and just Toxic this thing. No wait, I don't have Toxic on this set, so never mind. Parting Shot wasn't the correct play. I just have to go into Whimsicott. I don't have the best switch into this. So I just go into Whimsicott as he does just indeed set up his rocks. And I believe I just click knockoff, knowing that he'd swap out as he goes into, what would it have been? I think, I'm really not too sure. I actually double predicting the swap out into probably Kartana and go into my Zapdos here as he swaps into his Mega Pidgeot. Okay, yeah, I predicted Mega Pidgeot. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. No, that didn't, because I mean, I guess it makes sense because he doesn't know kind of Zapdos that I am, so he doesn't want to stand. Or I guess he does want to stand. I don't know why I made that play. Like I said, it's been almost since I played. It's been like over 2 weeks about. So here's gonna Mega Evolve as I think I just discharge. Or no, I defog. I definitely just defog thinking he wouldn't stay in as he just clicks the Hurricane. Does a lot of damage to me. And he didn't kill with another Hurricane. Or at least it was a roll. But Heat Wave does more than Hurricane, and I knew that there was a very solid chance that he had it. In fact, he guaranteed pretty much had it because I had it ready still in the back. So I did decide to swap out here, predicting the overheat, and go out into my Rotom Heat. And that's what he's going to do here. He's just going to click the Heat Wave. I don't know what I predicted with the Zapdos. I guess I predicted the Kartana, but I mean, I'm not 100% sure. He's going to get the Heat Wave, which actually does end up mattering, surprisingly. I mean, considering how little that did for that being a crit. Because as you see here, he's just the Hyper Beam, and he is actually going to end up picking up the KO. He's going to pick up the KO, and I ended up finding out his set after the game. He got an absolute max roll, like literally pretty much max roll. And if he did crit, then that would have been great. I think I just clicked the Volt Switch, and so that would have chipped this thing down a lot. Actually, I may have just clicked Pain Split, in which case he would have recharged, and that would have gotten the guaranteed Volt Switch out and make a Beedrill. And I outsped and just pressured it. And I probably goes U-turn. So, yeah, but since he has to recharge with the Hyper Beam, I decided this is just a pretty good chance just to go into my Sub-Alley and get the Pain Split, or not Pain Split, the Thunder Wave off. And I believe I just clicked the Parting Shot, just because I didn't think he'd stay in. No, I think I clicked Flash Cannon, actually. I think Flash Cannon was my play. No, I guess I did click Parting Shot. I did take a hit. I guess I did take a Heat Wave, so I could get the slow Parting Shot out and go into Mega Beedrill. I think Mega Beedrill just killed. No, I could have gone Zapdos, and Zapdos outsped. So, since he was paralyzed, so that's why I went for Parting Shot. As you end up Hippowdon, it's decided there's a pretty decent chance to get my Zapdos healed up. If there's any Mon I can't get it healed up on, it's this. And Zapdos is pretty much my next best switching to Pidgeot, especially now that he's paralyzed, as he just clicked the Toxic, which is pretty unfortunate. I mean, my Zapdos is pretty nice, so having a poison is pretty unfortunate. So here I just decided to swap out and go out into my Whimsicott as he sets up rocks. Yeah, they're pretty free for him. Like I said, rocks hurt my team a lot. So I think I just clicked Giga Drain here as he goes into his Zepstrika, which I was pretty confused about, but as you're going to see here, that Giga Drain does just enough. It only does about 25%. I think I expected it to do a little bit more, so it's pretty bulky. I thought he may have been AV. I don't remember what I ended up thinking, or what I don't remember what I thought it was. Oh, we'll see here. We'll knock off, and we knock off his Shucka, so he wasn't. So I'm pretty curious as to what his set was. But he's gonna get the Flame Charge off here. That's pretty scary because now that our Zapdos is weakened, and with rocks, it's gonna be very, very weak. And now that our Rotom got crit and high rolled, we pretty much have nothing to do. I decided here to go into my Mega Beedrill just to sack it. I didn't think it had too great of a matchup against his team, I guess. I think that's why I did that. I mean, he had what in the back? He had potential Scarf Tyrantrum. Well, I don't think Scarf Tyrantrum outsped me with my speed investment. So, not Tyrantrum. I mean, I don't know why I sacked it. I think I just think I thought it was just my least valuable member. And so he ended up going for the overheat, and I knew I could live one with Duck Trio. After at -2, I'd crap him. And so down go to Zebstrika. Here you just get the free switch into Hippowdon. I pretty much have to sack my Duck Trio, just get the Toxic off this thing so that maybe something can outstall it, like the Whimsicott. So that's just my play here. I believe I just click the Toxic. That's exactly what I do. And we're gonna get the Toxic off on this Hippowdon here. As I believe he just clicks the Q and kills us. No Toxic's predicting the swap. And the next turn, I think, is where he ends up clicking EQ and just killing us. So yeah, we're gonna take toxic damage. He's gonna take toxic damage, and right now it's not looking too great. Just once again, I mean that Curt really set us back in the Pyro because I paint split there, so I would still have my Rotom in the back, and it'd be able to take on the Hippowdon. Not take it on, but like I'd have to switch in to it, and I just sit there in front of it and let it get toxic down. My Zebstrika would have been there, or that would have been my Zebstrika switch in, and I wouldn't have had to worry about sacking Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill would have been really nice against this team. So I mean, it was just really unfortunate. Here I'm just gonna keep spamming EQ as he ends up clicking Slag off and Toxicking and all that. I mean, I haven't really been paying too much attention as to what's happening. It's pretty much whatever at this point. I mean, at this point, I've slowly started to realize, oh, we have a very small chance at winning this. But, you know, I'm still going to try. I do realize I need this Hippowdon as weak as possible in order to have a decent chance at coming back. So I just keep EQing, letting my Duck Trio go down. Letting Duck Trio go down may have not been the correct play, because now we don't have a great Cobalion switch in. Although we do have our Zapdos in the back, so as long as we get it pretty healthy in order to switch into Cobalion. Same with Kartana. Like, Zapdos still has a really good matchup against his, his Cobalion, his Kartana, his Mega Pidgeot. I mean, we're looking pretty decent. So as long as we play it right, maybe Zapdos can still win the game. Here, I'm going to go into my Zapdos, speaking of which, because I'm pretty confident that he wave kills from this range. So I think that's what I do, as he ends up swapping and going into his entire Tantrum here with the Air Balloon. I click Roost. What was my ground type? Duck Trio. Okay, I was gonna say he ran Air Balloon and Shotgun, so he was pretty scared of whatever my ground type was. I actually ended up clicking Roost. If he had clicked EQ, that could have been a problem, but luckily he doesn't. And now this is where my Silvally can finally come in handy. And I'm pretty sure at this point he's Scarf. Oh no, he's not Scarf, he's Air Balloon. But pretty much he ends up just going for the D-Dance here, which completely confused me. No, he clicked Head Smash here. And, yeah. And so I just clicked the Thunder Wave, I think, here. No, I think I clicked Flash Cannon. Yeah, I clicked Flash Cannon. I outspeed it with, because of my speed investment. We're going to do about 70% to it. More like 80. But now he's going to click Rock Polish here. And in my eyes, there's no reason for him to set up if he doesn't have Z-move on this thing, because I just beat it 1v1. So here I swap into my Whimsicott, predicting the Z-move and sacking it. And he ends up just clicking EQ, which completely baffled me. Like, I was completely, like, at this point I knew I lost because I unnecessarily sacked my Whimsicott. And he's gonna click Head Smash, he doesn't miss. Had he missed, maybe we had a chance. But, like, in my, like, why would you ever set up a Rock Polish in that 1v1? Why don't you just get off as much damage as you can, or you swap out, because obviously you're not winning that 1v1. He told me after the game that, he thought I took more rock damage. I'm like, no, I didn't. And he's like, oh, well, I thought I killed. And I was like, no, you didn't. And he was just like, oh, well, it was just a mistake. And so, as you can see here, I mean, I took it. So, I mean, I pretty much lost the game at this point because he just made a play that he didn't realize was just kind of stupid. I mean, it ended up working out for him. But, like, I mean, looking from my point of view, that was a very, very stupid play. Here, I'm just going to sack my thing. At this point, we have pretty much lost. Had we killed, or had we just stayed in and just killed the Tyrantrum, he probably would have went into this. I would have sacked my Carton, or sacked my Sobali, gone into whatever the other mon is, my Whimsicott, and gotten off the Memento. And then I would have been able to go to my Zapdos and roost up for freely against this thing. Because he wouldn't have gotten the Beast Boost. He'd still only be plus... No, he'd be -1, because Memento lowers it by 2, and then he would have been +1 because he killed my Sobali. So, in fact, I think actually he was plus speed, so maybe he wouldn't have had any attack raises. I'm not 100% sure. We just saw it a second ago he killed. I wasn't paying attention. He has the Z, I guess, double edge. We're going to barely live, and we're going to get the Heat Wave and kill. I didn't think about roosting. I didn't care enough. I was pretty mad over the Tyrantrum play that I didn't care about trying to go for the win at this point. So that's game. So yeah. But had I would have gone to Zemo Memento, been able to roost up, and at that point all he had was the Cobalion. The Pidgeot died to discharge and we outsped, so we didn't take any damage. Cartano we were able to roost up again to get the Heat Wave and Oko, as you saw. He had Cobalion, which may have caused the problem, but I think we would have been okay. I think we 2-KO with Heat Wave, so we just would have had to be a little careful about that. If he had close combat, which I think he did, we could have probably just roosted up and let him lower his Spadef to the point where Heat Wave would have just OHKO'd, and then he had Hippowdon, which just died to Heat Wave. So, like once again, had we just had he made what I thought would have been the smarter play and just attacked instead of setting up, then maybe we could have won it. Obviously, we had Toxic Chippiness down, so it would have been very, very close, but I think we could have done it. And had he not gotten the crit into complete, pretty much max roll onto my Rodent Heat, we would have had that. Maybe that would have changed the game a little bit. But anyways, that's the game. I guess GG to it. I mean, I'm still kind of salty about it, even though it's kind of 2 weeks past, but it's whatever. But now we can't make playoffs, and therefore I forfeit my week 12. I mean, week 12, he clinched playoffs. The only thing that would change was like seeding, but he didn't really care about who he faced. I didn't care about who anyone faced in playoffs. Like, I think if you're scared of facing someone in playoffs and like are gonna try to throw a game so you don't face them, that's kind of stupid. Like, just you're in playoffs, just play to your best anyways. You're gonna probably end up playing them if you're scared of them. Like, if you're scared of them, that means they're probably a really good player, meaning that there's a good chance that you'll probably end up playing them anyways if you end up winning your matches. So, like, it doesn't really matter in my eyes, but that's just me. But yeah, nonetheless, we forfeit our week 12 games, and that's the end of our APA Academy run for Season 1. I mean, we started off pretty strong. Stayed pretty consistently in the top 8, and then, I mean, these final 3 weeks were just terrible. And then we even faced Dye for week 12, who has pretty consistently stayed in like the top 5 seed in the entire season. So he was a very good coach to be going up against. Just these final 4 weeks were just very, very just unlucky for us to have. And, I mean, we just kind of lost in the end. I think we ended the season like at 12th seed. But like, that's like losing all 4 weeks, these last 4 weeks, which is pretty unfortunate. But yeah, I'm not going to be opening a week 12. I'm not going to be doing a team recap or like a season recap. I don't really care for those, nor draft analysis. So, I mean, that's the end of the APA for us, season 1. Will we return for season 2? Yeah. At first I wasn't going to, but I decided, meh, whatever. Just because I saw that TTM Sticks joined, and I probably shouldn't be saying this. I don't really care though. It's whatever. But I saw that he joined, so I was hoping maybe by him joining, a couple like other like big players would be joining. And I don't even care like for the clout or anything like that. I just want to play good players. I'm okay with losing at this point. Like, I'm used to not really performing too well in leagues, honestly. So, I mean, it would just be cool to play new, good players in the format. So, I decided to join. I mean, I guess you guys know now that Sticks has joined. I'm not going to say who else has joined. But, yeah. That's the end of APA. We're uploading UPBA currently and APA LC. and I'll upload APA Academy when that starts up. Once again. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching and following me through this APA Academy run. Sorry again, it was kind of a letdown these last few weeks. Go make sure to go check out like coaches like Jacob and Steven and Silver. Those are, you know, they're probably the top 3 battlers in this league, and honestly pretty good friends. That kind of sounds condescending, not condescending, but like kind of bad, just saying pretty good friends. They're really good friends is what I'm trying to say. So maybe go check out them. All the coaches will be in the description below, and go check out their playoff runs for all of them in, I believe it's Silver, Steven, Jacob, DyeItTight, Root, Aaron, Ogle, and who's the 8th coach? I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head.